This is K1DBC. All stations please stand by. The Denver Radio Club Learning Net starts in 5 minutes.
You can build an IoT telegraph with analog feedback servos and CircuitPython. Inspired by ship engine telegraphs, this uses analog feedback servos to make a simple yet modern two-way communication system. Use it to keep in touch with a friend by letting them know when you want to grab a bite to eat, go on a walk, or just get together for a cup of coffee. These emojis represent the activities you're interested in, and the 3D printed handle lets you select the one you'd like to do. A piece of copper tape is used to detect when it's being held and released thanks to the magic of capacitive touch. The analog feedback servo keeps track of the handle's position and sends it over Wi-Fi using Adafruit I/O as the broker. Powered by the Adafruit QT Py ESP32S2, this small yet powerful dev board is packed with features perfect for IoT projects. It features the ESP32S2 Wi-Fi chip with 13 GPIO pins, capacitive touch, and native USB for running CircuitPython or Arduino. The CircuitPython code runs on 2 different dev boards and uses Adafruit I/O for sending data between the two. The analog feedback servos are calibrated and record the position of the servo when it detects the handle has been touched. When touch input is released, the position of the servo is sent to a feed. Each telegraph has one feed for publishing and a second feed for listening. To build your own, be sure to check out the guide on learn.adafruit.com. We hope this inspires you to check out CircuitPython and Adafruit I/O for your next IoT project.
That's the thing that shocks most people. You know, they think of a video game as a few people in their garage, and you say, no, this is 50, 60 people for 3.5 years. Like, what? A lot of people, I think that video games are, purely kids, so it's like a toy. So, why would you put that much effort into something that's a toy? I was the kid. I was writing games when I was, 12, whatever. And the other kids in the block would say, I'm going to play quarterback for the Cowboys. And I'd be like, I'm going to make video games, and everyone's going to play them. Like, you dork. Go back to the chess club. Who's laughing now? Yes, I was in the chess club.
This is K1DBC. The DRC Learning Net will start in 1 minute. All stations please stand by while the repeaters are placed into net mode.
PL off.
Hello and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net for August 10th, 2022. It's a great place to learn about ham radio, STEM topics in general, and thankfully have plenty of combined experience and expertise. This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie K1 DBC. My name is Daron. That is Delta Oscar Romeo Oscar November. And I am Net Control on behalf of the Denver Radio Club. We meet every Wednesday except the third Wednesday of the month at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490 and 448.625. You can contact us at any time via email, elmer@w0tx.org. We also stream and archive our nets and meetings on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. You can also get in contact with us on Facebook, Twitter, Denver Radio Club. We're on Discord. You can also check in online. So check that out. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? This is K1 DBC Net Control. We will begin by inviting Elmers only to check in with or without traffic. All Elmers, please check in now.
AA0JK, Fred in Arvada, good evening with traffic. Kilo 0 Lima Alpha India, K0 LAI, Larry in Lakewood.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We'll hold up there for just a moment. I'd like to welcome and acknowledge the following Elmers: AA0JK Fred with traffic and K0LAI Larry. Thank you both for checking in, as always. Again, an Elmer is just someone who has some experience with some part of the hobby. So there is no restriction. There's no strings attached. You can check in as an Elmer if you have some experience in part of the hobby. If you would like to be called upon at some point in the future. So once more, if you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club at Ham Learning Net as an Elmer, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. All other check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. That is the first letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, please try to use I2 phonetics for the call sign and indicate if you have traffic or questions as you check in. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
Kilo 0 Lima Papa Romeo Lanier in Inglewood.
Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor, K6HJV Tom Arvada, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Alpha Whiskey Charlie, Brian, Centennial, no traffic. W0TX Repeater.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Juliet India Charlie Steve in Denver, no traffic.
This is K1DBC Net Control. I'll hold up there for just a minute. That time, Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins: K0LPR Lanier, K6HJV Tom, KF0AWC Brian, and KF0JIC Steve. Thank you all so much for checking in. This is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. If you'd like to check into the Ham Learning Net here, just for the counter, if you have comments or questions, we're taking call suffixes A through M, alpha through Mike. Please check in please try to use I2 phonetics for your call sign and indicate if you have traffic or questions as you do. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, alpha through Mike, please check in now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India. Ron in Lakewood, no traffic.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. That time we had KF0 FPI Ron. Thank you for checking in. We'll go ahead and open up the whole alphabet. If you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, please do so with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. A through Z, alpha through Zulu. We're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Please call now.
Alpha Echo 0, Romeo Hotel.
Kilo Echo 0, Sierra Uniform Mike, Jonathan, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood. Good evening.
Kilo Bravo 3, Victor Charlie Uniform, Robin Thornton, no traffic.
WD0 CIB, WD0 CIB, Charles in Denver, no traffic.
Kilo 0, Yankee Echo Sierra, Ken in Broomfield, no traffic.
Alpha Echo 0, Romeo Kilo, Fred, no traffic.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. We'll hold up there for just a moment. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. That time I'd like to welcome you all to the following check-ins: AE0RH Chris, KE0SUM Jonathan, N0TRP Jim, Kilo Bravo 3 Victor Charlie Uniform Rob, WD0CIV Charles, K0YES Ken, and AE0RK Fred. New call sign, and I believe a new member to the club as well. So welcome to the net. If you have any questions or any comments, don't hesitate to jump in. So again, welcome everyone to the net here. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. All right. Another time, this is K1DBC Net Control, whole alphabet. If you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net just for the counter, if you have any traffic or questions, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Please check in now with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Again, a reminder, appreciate all the people here watching on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. We'll bring up some context related things to the things we're talking about. And I'm just showing some other things here in the background. So if anybody has any comments or questions via YouTube, don't ever hesitate to put that in the chat. With that, though, once more, at the moment, any other people who would like to check in, we're taking all call suffixes, all call signs. We don't mention it too much, but we do take third-party check-ins. So if someone is around you that isn't a ham radio operator and would like to check in to the net as well, they can do so online or over the air. So third-party check-ins we will take over the air as well. So once more, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Please try to check in ITU Phonetics for the call sign and indicate if you have traffic or questions. Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Very quickly, last week we spoke about repeater usage, etiquette, getting people on the air, calling on a repeater versus HF, other contesting, different people's equipment and setups, future meetings. We'll be talking about this month's meeting, recent questions asked via various social media, and some upcoming or some recent for sale wanted and upcoming events. So that is what we can look forward to and speak about. So this is K1DBC Net Control. With that, we'll throw it over to, so there'll be plenty of opportunity to check in throughout the net. Again, check in online, however you'd like to do so. I'll call for check-ins throughout the net. But with that, though, we'll throw it over to Fred, A0JK. The net is yours. Go ahead.
AA0JK, good evening, everyone. And here, just right prior to the net, we were looking around here on the ARRL's website, and something that really caught my eye was they have set up and continuing to get a new facility set up here for let's see, W1HQ. They're setting up a station intended to inspire us all by giving tips on setting up a station, a ham radio station, and a lot of tips to make your ham shack more usable. And they've got a video there if you're so inclined to take a look at it. Looks like it's going to be a very interesting program to follow. And also, I just stumbled onto, haven't even completed watching it all, got about halfway through it, but it's K7AGE Randy. I'm quite sure everybody is familiar with Randy and his works, but he is doing a portable station, taking his portable station out on a Gator John Deere rig out into the woods. And it's real interesting how he explains some of his experience. Break here for a minute. AA0JK returning. He's got his little rig set up there to where he takes his QRP rigs and his radios and all his antennas out to the outback and sets them up. And it's rather interesting learning from his experiences here of what he runs into in the process of operating a portable station. Looks like it's very well worth watching for those of you who might be interested in portable operations. He's also using a satellite antenna, do some satellite tracking. He's got a super antenna that he's operating with, and also something that I brought some other items to mind was he's using a loop antenna. He starts out by using a loop antenna, and we all know how expensive the loop antennas are. Well, the Denver Radio Club had a program here on a while back by W0TX and he has fabricated and has had great success with a mag loop made out of PVC and tape, and it's inexpensive. So you might mix those two thoughts together as you're watching the video. But anyhow, I just thought that I would stir things up with those two items. And Tom, HJV, like to talk with you after the net if you're available. AA0JK, back to net control.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, a lot of great information there, Fred. As always, really do appreciate that. Recent thing there by ARL in terms of that station that you had mentioned, W1HQ, the new AR Radio Lab will inspire your ham shack. So yeah, they have the video on that, and I'm sure an article as well. So yeah. It's an innovative test space designed to reshape the way we imagine and build a ham radio shack. So from a decluttered workspace and a digital user interface to being able to remote into the station from anywhere. W1HQ is a step towards the future of amateur radio. So yeah, that is a future that I love to put into shape in my place as well, in my ham shack, and declutter and de-wire things and get the most out of it. So with more modern technology, this is K1DBC Net Control, yeah, as well as portable operations there, K7AGE you mentioned, and some other, yeah, as well as mentioned, W6NBC Optimum magnetic loop antenna there by W6NBC on our youtube.com/Denver Radio Club and on W0TX.org/meetings. You can see that as well as all of our previous meetings. So yeah, a lot of great information there, Fred. This is K1DBC Net Control. All right. Does anybody have any comments and questions in regards to what we've spoken about so far? Yeah, that W1HQ lab sounds pretty cool. We'll have to check into that because, yeah, the future of is now for ham radio. So a lot of cool stuff there, and yeah, a lot of cool portable operations and a lot of magnetic loop antennas we've always talked about. So a lot of cool stuff there. This is K1DBC Net Control once more. Any other comments or questions in regards to what was brought up there by AA0JK Fred, or if anyone else has anything else so far, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. I don't see anybody else indicated that they had traffic, or if they did, I must have missed it. So we have plenty of time here for this evening's net still. So I'll throw it out to the net. I have some things I can bring up as we discussed earlier on. What we discussed last week, repeater usage, repeater etiquette, calling on a repeater versus HF, different people's equipments and setups, future meetings. Again, K0LAI at ARRL.net. Get in contact with him or our club, W0TX.org. He is helping us to get more people signed up for future meetings. Excuse me. So, upcoming meeting here. I can talk about that here for just a second, but I'll throw it out to the net. If anybody else has anything else for the net here so far, please call now. Everything club related on our website, W0TX.org. Recent round table that went out. You can see everything that happened for in July. A lot of cool stuff there. We'll probably talk about that, I'm sure. Let's see, upcoming meeting next week, August 17th, presented by Josh Thomas, N5XRX, Introduction to 3D Printing. He will go into providing an overview of the process and capabilities of beginner-level 3D printers available on the market today. He'll give a brief overview of FDM printing versus SLA printing and all the acronyms and words that go along with that. The printers before focusing on FDM filament for the remainder of the portion of the presentation, cover a handful of common filament materials available and some pros and cons for each one. Rest of the presentation will go through the process to print a product using FDM printer, including downloading the files needed, running a program to shape it up a little bit, a slicer program, and a quick overview of some key print settings and also some common troubleshooting that occurs while 3D printing. During the presentation, he will have printer working on a project which will have connected to an IP address and a webcam, so you can share the screen and people can watch the printer during the presentation. Again, upcoming meeting, August 17th, next Wednesday. W0TX.org/meet for the Google Meet link. And it will also be broadcast on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. 6 p.m. for an Elmer session, 7 o'clock for the meeting. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Yeah, awesome presentation. Really cool stuff there. I believe son of Mark, N0XRX. So awesome to see that. You may have seen or met Josh at the field day. He was flying the drone. So if I'm wrong on that, I am completely wrong on that, but I believe that's who that is. So awesome to see that. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Check that out. This is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the net. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net? Please call now.
W0TX repeater.
A0RH.
Yeah, AE0RH. Chris, go right ahead.
Hey, so I saw A0RK. I believe that means that they're a recent ham because their call sign is close to mine, and I'm also recent. So hopefully this is appropriate. But anyway, if it is, I wouldn't mind hearing from Fred and just to hear about what they're interested in, in terms of ham radio and what they want to do on the air.
Oh, great question there, AE0RH. Yeah, AE0RK, just next call sign there. Not even sequential, but, all right, well, yeah, it's awesome to see that, AE0RK. Fred, yeah, so, Fred, if you want to speak up about any of your interests about ham radio, what brought you into this hobby or this club, or what brought you here, go ahead. But if not, no problem.
AE0RK. Yeah, I got into ham just because I was really interested in the technical aspects. And right now I'm kind of drinking from the fire hose and just listening to everything and seeing what interests me, and I think I'll pick specific areas to investigate first.
Question.
Awesome. Sounds good there. AE0RK Fred. Yeah, there is a lot to involved here with ham radio and all the tendrils of it. I was trying to bring up a whole bunch of things here off screen on YouTube at least, but yeah, really appreciate that. Yeah, whatever interests you there. Yeah, a lot of analog, digital, emergency communications. Oh boy, a whole lot of stuff I'm just not thinking of at the moment. So, yeah, a lot of aspects to the hobby. Emergency services, yeah, public service, repeaters, DMR Brandmeister packet, a lot of cool technology, as you mentioned there. So that's cool to hear. So, yeah, KE0SUM, Jonathan, go right ahead.
Hey, Drone. The question is for AE0RK. You're a general and it's new, but you must have been a ham before. I'm confused by the fact you have only 2 letters behind the 0. I'll probably learn something. KE0SUM back to net.
AE0RK. I miraculously passed the extra exam.
So that allowed you to wait. They'd still assign you the call sign.
Yeah, this was the sequential call sign that I was assigned. So I don't know enough to know that that's odd.
Well, Fred, I appreciate talking to you this evening. Congratulations. Happy you're a ham and look forward to talking to you in the future. I just was unfamiliar with anything that didn't have 6. Usually it's 2 letters, a number, and 3 letters. So yours confused me. And also, usually AEs are over and we're up to AJs. But thanks for the comeback. KE0SUM, studying.
A0RH.
Awesome. Yeah, it's interesting to hear that. Yeah, that was a systematic call sign assigned to him there from FCC. So interesting stuff there. So yeah, A0RH, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought that's how when you pass the extra, it gives you the opportunity, which is the same thing I did, to get the sequential, and I thought they were all started with A, and they were all 2x2s.
That would make perfect sense as an extra 2x2s. Thank you. KE0SUM, back to that.
LAI.
All right, yeah, interesting here on that. Yeah, there's a whole sort of part of this hobby with call signs, vanity call signs, or systematic assigns. This is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. I'll throw it over to Larry, K0LAI. Go right ahead.
This is K0LAI. Normally the ones that start with A, usually are 2x2s. For instance, I know an AC0UA, and that's a 2x2. So the A's usually are. There's also like an AL, which is Alaska, and I forgot what the Hawaii. Oh, the Hawaii ones are KH, I guess. But anyway, most of the A's are 2x2s as far as I know. K0LAI, back to net.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Good follow up there, K0LA. I appreciate that. Yeah, whole lot of information online as to why you get to sign the call sign you get, and how to get a vanity call sign. You are able to get a whole multitude of vanity call signs out there. One individual one, but a whole multitude of options out there. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, with more. Not just more privilege comes with extra class, but I guess more options for your license, FCC, call sign here. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, a lot of good information there. This is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the net. Any other call signs, or any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net? Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. I'm just trying to bring up our new member forum because it gives you a whole bunch of options about things that we potentially think you might be interested in. So I'm going to try to bring that up here in a second. But this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net? Please call now. So much of an easier way I could do that, but oh my god. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Our whole membership system is going to be revamped eventually going forward here. I don't have any specific dates, but right now, when you sign up, you have an option to select different activities and interests you have in our club. Attending ham classes, club stations, field day, fundraising, hamfest, hospitality, net control, newsletter, program committee relations, RFI committee, Salvation Army, special events, teaching classes, and tech committee. So there's a lot of opportunity within our club here, and the hobby in general. So that is really quite an older list, but those topics still quite apply. So any interest that anyone has in the club, don't ever hesitate to get in contact with our club president, Jerry Vilhauer, president at W0TX.org or W0TX at W0TX.org, or via our contact us form, or there's a whole bunch of officers and other people's email addresses. Get in contact with us over the phone, over the air, social media, however it may be. There's plenty of opportunities out there. So this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the net. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net? Please call now.
Comment.
Yeah, AA0JK. Fred, go right ahead.
AA0JK. Jerome, you brought up a real good point there. You know, we hear a lot about hams getting their first license, going out and going through all the work to get that license. And then they say, what now? Well, the answer to what now is just what you just read off there. If there's any question in your mind, or know anybody who is asking what now, make reference to that list. Join a club. Get in, get active, and join a club. There is a bunch of opportunities out there awaiting you, and get active, get with a club. Meet some folks that have some common interests, and help you get over mic fright and get into some net activities like we are exercising here at the moment, and join us. But get active. AA0JK, back to net control.
AA0JK Fred, yeah, great follow-up there, appreciate that. Yes, you got your license, now what? So yeah, if you just Google that ham radio, what now or now what, you'll get a few options there. Now what should you do? all of those things that we just listed there. Getting close to a club, and a club as our size especially, there's a lot of opportunity out there. So as those things mentioned, helping with our nets, helping with our activities, with our newsletters, with everything that we do that serves our members. Upcoming events, Hamfest, as mentioned, W0TX.org/volunteer, for example, is a page you can go to, and you can see upcoming volunteer opportunities. Hamfest, net control opportunities. I just almost forgot it from last time, but we had NYX Sarah sign up for a future net, so you can forward looking to that to hear her on that. So September something, I believe. So net control opportunities, VE testing, our website, social media, field day, our yearly events, Field Day, Hamfest, this Fire Parade muster that we've starting to do here recently, and siren tests. So a lot of opportunities in the club, and a lot more that we could be doing. So a lot of opportunity out there. So let us know. Get in contact. This is K1DBC Net Control.
A0RH.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, AE0H. Chris, go right ahead.
So I know this is old news to a lot of people. Been hams for a while, but I've recently been playing around with s.t.e.m, and I find that really interesting. But it's very difficult to do on VHF, I'm finding. So does anyone have any tips on how I can play with that?
JK.
All right, this is K1DBC real quick in here. SSTV, slow scan television, having some issue on VHF there, it sounded like, or UHF, one of those two there. Oh my gosh, SSTV, slow scan television images you might see coming down from the International Space Station. You'll see a lot of that in popular media, but we don't see it too much often played with either in Simplex or however it may be. So any follow-up on that? Yeah, so Fred, AA0JK, go right ahead.
AA0JK, you might take a look at Boulder's Amateur Radio Club. They are really into that, and I know we've got one gentleman who checks in on the 6-meter net at 10 o'clock in the mornings on Sundays who's really into it, and even despite the fact he's in kind of a restricted housing area, he takes his equipment out and gets out and away from the local area and sets up his slow scan TV. And there is activity there, and it's what I've been hearing that it can be found at the Boulder Amateur Radio Club. So take a look there and see if you can make some connections. AA0JK.
All right, good follow-up there, Fred, AA0JK.
LAI.
Yeah, that's a great local resource, W0BTV or K6HTV.com. It looks for the Boulder amateur repeater, so I'm sure they have a lot of stuff going on like that. So that's, a lot of cool stuff there. K0LAI, Larry, go right ahead.
That's K0LAI. Also on slow scan TV, typically around the Christmas holiday time, there's people all over the country and also in Canada that do slow scan TV, sending out there are pictures here, there, and everywhere on HF. And so there's a lot of activity. Now, I don't know what it's been in the last few years, but back many years ago when I first got started, there was a lot of that going on. So it might be you just need to put your rig into HF and have the software to interpret the signals and just get on the air and get on the frequencies are being used and see if you pick up something. A lot of times weekends might be a better time, or on a holiday or something like that. This is K0LEI, back to net.
A0RH.
All right, thanks there, K0LAI, for the follow-up there. Yeah, some seasonal things might help as well. And yeah, the International Space Station runs some contests, or runs some things as well. So yeah, it'd be nice to be able to have a two-way conversation over slow scans. So that'd be kind of interesting as well. A0H, Chris, go right ahead.
Yeah, my greatest difficulty is that I only have VHF and UHF. I just have a handheld and an antenna, so that's what I'm looking for.
LAI.
All right, K0LAI, go right ahead.
If that's all you have, then you're going to need something more than that to do amateur TV. You're going to need an actual transmitter that's designed to send out the appropriate signals, because it's more than one frequency that has to be used. I know the guys in Boulder are using the European standard high definition now. And so, as Fred suggested, you need to talk to those people in the Boulder Radio Club, and maybe, yeah, you'd have to talk to them and get some more information about it. But if you do some research on the web, you'll probably find out some stuff. But they are using the European standard, which is a higher definition than the American standard. And to receive, you just need to have a TV that can receive the European standard. And you'll be able to receive pretty easily, but it's and you have to have appropriate antenna, of course. And it's all up in the UHF band, actually, so that's the other part that's nice, because it is in the UHF band. K0LEI, back to net.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. AE0RH, go right ahead.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm doing something different and it's not actual SSTV or something. I'm running an application called QSSTV. I have a server, and for generating the images, I run them through a Python script that converts them into modulated tones, and then I send it to my phone, and then I just hold my phone up over the radio. So that works, as I'm standing outside in my yard, just hitting the antenna as my server receives it inside the house. I built this as part of the Discord, and there's a SSTV bot. The problem is I just can't receive anything because VHF just doesn't have the range for simplex.
All right, this is K1 DPC Net Control. All right, yeah, I thought I saw some images of some testing or something, and I feel like I heard some SSTV things over the air the other day. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. this is a little bit different than what Larry was speaking about there. Yeah, Larry, this is a little bit more simple. This isn't television, at least. This is just still images. So this can be done pretty simply, actually. So just a regular transceiver hooked up into a computer or an Android phone can transmit it and or receive it. So, that should work. I think we tried SSTV once over our repeater here, and that did seem to work. So we may have to do some further testing. So, to hear it is a pretty squelchy. It's pretty hard to listen to, but it does come over as an image. So you can get Droid SSTV for Android, or there's some Apple iOS applications that you can get. So we'll have to do some further testing RH. So if you or anyone else has any other further comments on that, go right ahead.
A0RH.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control.
That's interesting. I figured it would be a no-no to send it over the repeater, but if there is feedback about that, I'd love to hear it.
All right, this is K1DBC. Yeah, no, pretty much no for the most part. We were really kind of just doing it during a net. I was really just trying to introduce people into the topic of SSTV. We'll have to bring that up because that might be that's something we could check into. Let's bring that up to the club and see. As we've talked about, the repeater usage is quite low anyway. So what's a few minutes of this going through it anyway? As long as you maybe just stay that you're going to be doing SSTV transmission, and if there's nobody on the air at this moment in time, I really don't see much of an issue with it. So with our low repeater usage, try it out there. So A0RH, this is K1DBC Net Control. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah. If you do get complaints, or if people do hear that, and there's 24 hours in a day, how often are somebody listening to that? But this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, play with SFTV slow scan television. Really cool stuff out there. You can transmit images. So pretty much like kind of a fax, if you will, but over ham radio. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Check that out. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Let's see. We have another. There isn't a hard end to the hard stop to the meeting here, to the Learning Net. This is K1DBC Net Control. But we have another 12 minutes or so. We can run over that time though. If you're just tuning in, this is the Ham Learning Net, a great place to learn about ham radio STEM topics in general. W0TX.org for more information on our website. You can get in contact with us, Elmer, at W0TX.org. YouTube.com/Denver Radio Club. We live stream our nets, meetings, and archive them on there. Get in contact with us, Facebook, Twitter, Discord, check in online. With that, I'll take official calls over the air. If you'd like to check in over the air, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Please check in now with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now.
Kilo 0, Kilo Papa Sugar, Kevin Lakewood, no traffic.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. That time we had K0KPS. Kevin, thank you for checking in. Appreciate that. Once more, if you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, please do so with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now.
LAI.
K0LAI, go right ahead.
I just wanted to comment on doing the slow scan TV using the cell phone, etc. That's pretty interesting. I wasn't aware that there was doing slow scan up in the higher frequencies, but that's obviously something to play around with. And I was just going to comment that's very clever, what he's doing with the Python script, etc. So I'll have to check into that, get some more info, because I've done it on the HF side with CAN software, and I haven't done it doing it myself with my own code or anything. So definitely something interesting. Should be interesting to see what more can come out of that. Maybe give a short presentation to us sometime in the future. This is K0LAI, back to net.
A0RH.
W0TX repeater.
All right, yeah, appreciate the follow-up there, LAI. Yeah, I don't know if I had got this in there, K0KPS, Kevin, just in case. But yeah, K0LAI, yeah, great follow-up there with the slow scan television. Yeah, awesome to see stuff out there. It's a really cool technology and kind of cool operations you got going there. AE0RH, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I was having trouble receiving at my house, so like the last week I've been getting together everything, putting together a laptop, and I was planning on taking it up to Table Mountain to try and call out to test the Discord bot, because ultimately I think that would be a really cool thing for the Discord, is just to have, right now it's an SSTV channel, but to have anybody be able to post images to it as a kind of an automated thing.
All right, AE0RH, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, I was just looking through that. I didn't find it immediately, the slow scan SSTV chat channel here. So W0TX.org/Discord, DICORD. It's a modern day chat room. And building in some automation here, really do appreciate that. AE0RH, as he's intending on doing, is going up on a mountain peak or something and sending out a message over slow scan, and then somehow it appearing in our automatically appearing in that chat room. So really cool stuff there. Yeah, we'd love to see that ability someday. So yeah, we'll have to hear some follow up on that. So. Yeah, good luck, and let us know. AE0RH, this is K1 DBC. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, slow scan. Pretty older technologies, but still used. Hams use everything that we can. So a lot of cool stuff out there. And as Larry was mentioning there, and Fred had mentioned, the Boulder Radio Club, they have digital television. So yeah, it takes more equipment, but really cool stuff here with slow scan and all the abilities we have with multimedia broadcast within amateur radio spectrum. So this is K1 DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. I'll throw it out to the group. Any other further comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for this evening's net, please call now.
Sierra Oscar Romeo, mobile.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Sorry that got cut off there. I heard a Sierra Oscar Romeo or something to that effect. Go ahead and try to call once more. This is K1DBC Net Control.
Kilo Golf 5, Sierra Oscar Romeo, Dane and Centennial, mobile.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I believe I had Kilo Golf 5, Sierra Oscar Romeo, Dane, or Dana. This is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, glad to hear you in there. Got you in there. Yeah, it's a little bit rough, but glad to have you in there.
I'm up on the hill now. I've been pretty good. I'm mobile. About to get on I-25 heading south. Anyway, thanks for the check-in. KG5SOR.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, got you checked in there, KG5SOR. Yeah, appreciate that. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, we have another few minutes here in the net. Any other comments, questions, check-ins? I'm sure I can bring up another thing or two here. But anything else, please call now.
W0 Fox Charlie, late check-in, no graphic.
ECU with a question.
All right, W0FFC, Jerry got you checked in, and I think it was KB3VCU, Rob, with a question there.
Yeah, I broke down and went out and bought a Yaesu s.t.e.m 400X. Got the APRS working, and I'm wondering what other digital systems or whatnot on 2 meters is used in this area.
This is K1DBC Net Control. Good question there. I see, yeah, you mentioned VCU, the s.t.e.m 400X. Looks like it supports C4FM, so I believe our repeaters, one of our repeaters definitely supports that. DMR, Brandmeister, D-Star, C4FM, Wires X. These are the digital modes you'll definitely find around here. So yeah, so we have a C4FM repeater, Yaesu Wires X, C4FM, and Brandmeister. So yeah, for your 400 there, hopefully that Yaesu digital repeater will work for you there. Yeah, W0TX.org/repeaters for hours. And then you can check other clubs' web pages and then repeaterbook.com. This is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it back to VCU. Go right ahead.
Got all the acronyms. Don't know what each one of them does. That's why I was curious. What does most people use in this area for like mail, emergency correspondence, or even POTUS? Thank you.
LAI.
Good question there. Yeah, that's a little bit more granular than I would know. K0LAI, go right ahead.
This K0LAI. There is a packet network in the area that is got a lot of stations going on, and many of the stations have the ability to cross over to HF. So you can be in VHF and cross over into HF, even with just a technician license. There's a packet network. There's on that same network are some WinLink stations that you can send email via WinLink software over that same network. You can also do it over HF. But so there's quite a bit going on the Denver Denver Radio Club website, W0TX.org, there is a map that shows where those packet stations are. This is K0LAI back to net.
All right, K0LAI, this is K1DBC Net Control.
Typed everything up. Thank you.
I think I owe him a double-double. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. VCU, I doubled just at the last moment over you there, but it sounds like you got things in there. Yeah, and I glossed over what you were asking there a little bit. So yeah, W0TX.org/packet. Maintained by AC0VC, Bill, these two Google Maps, one for the VHF packet network and one for the 105 packet network, and you can see all the stations there and where everyone's at. And it's mentioned. There's a lot of BBS and mail and all sorts of packet capabilities within our area. So, you or anyone else. Don't hesitate to get into packet radio, because it's if you have a VHF, UHF transceiver, even if it's not TNC capable, you're able to do things over audio kind of modem capabilities. So get more information. Yeah, W0TX.org/packet and all sorts of packet radio information online.
W0FFC with a question.
W0FFC, go right ahead.
What's the best way to learn about packet? Or the other question I was asking is, what's the difference between packet and bandmeister?
LAI.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Packet radio is, definitely quite older. A lot of information on that online. It runs things like BBS is on top of it, so things like the 80s, between the 80s and 90s kind of technology. This is really old technology. So, LAI, go right ahead.
K0LAI again. So, as Duran was saying, packet's older technology. APRS is an older technology that's gone through improvements over the years, and it is a subset of packet radio. The original packet uses AX.25 protocol, which came out of the early days of networking with PCs, and was a radio protocol that came out of that. Brandmeister is a network that is on the DMR, the digital mobile radio digital form, and you go to the Brandmeister website to find out more information about their network, but it's a subset of the DMR. It's a network in itself, just as Fusion has its own network, etc. And D-Star is its own network. So anyway, all of these things you can find online if you look them up, and you can get information on them. And there's a lot of YouTube videos on these things too as well. K0LAI back to net.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control.
I can remember using packet in the 80s. That was a whole different technology at that point of the game. Is it still around, and is it still used very much?
This is K1DBC Net Control. It's exactly the same technology.
JK.
All right, AA0JK. Fred, go right ahead.
AA0JK, yeah, on the Denver Radio Club's web page, I believe W0TX has got several videos there on Packet that might be of interest to view.
This is K1DBC Net Control. Yes. As Fred mentioned it's a 10-part series here from 1992. Bill Rinker, W60AV, goes pretty in-depth here. So, yeah, there is a little bit more brief ways of finding information. As mentioned, unless you have a TNC modem or capable radio, it's a little bit trickier, but it is capable. And yeah, granted, the last time I had set up my Yaesu FT857 just through audio, was able to connect to our packet networks using a sound card packet. I think AGWPE, not a call sign, but a utility here. So there's a lot that goes into it. But yeah, it is the same technology that's been over the since the 80s. I think we've talked about some other device. I will have to try to dig that up here. But this is a K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, anyone else on that topic of packet radio, please call now. Yeah, I believe we were looking at an Amiga at one point that was able to decode packet radio. So even an Amiga is capable of doing that. So yeah, this is a technology that's quite old but still quite prevalent. You'll see it used in Aries groups, and yeah, just another technology, another thing to check out. So yeah, check that out. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. All right, we've discussed quite a few things here this evening. I'll throw it out to the net. We're just running over time here, but no hard stop. I have another couple things very quick that I can bring up, but any other things, any other probably second to last calls, check-ins, comments, questions, anything else so far, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. On our website, small updates here, just some contact us information, W0TX at W0TX.org, our website, W0TX.org, and a contact us form. A few people have gotten in contact with us via various mediums, and people are looking for some help with antenna tower removal. So there, about 3 people have gotten in contact with us over the last month and a half or so, looking for some help with that. So if anybody in this meeting, or anybody you know, or on this net, or anybody you know, can help with that, there is definitely an interest in getting tower removal done for a few people. So get in contact with Club President Jerry Vilhauer, President W0TX.org or W0TX.org.
A0RH.
W0TX repeater.
Yeah, AE0RH, go right ahead.
There's a guy that's active in the channel that does freelance tower work that has answered, I think was it Robert's question a couple weeks back? But anyway, there's a guy in there that definitely does freelance tower work.
All right, AE0H. I believe I know who you may have mentioned there. I think it was the guy hanging up in a big old tower. I'll have to follow up with him because there's definitely some need for that. So appreciate the follow up on that. Y'all have to come back on that with him there. So last week I may have skipped over this from already here, but on our Discord you'll see some photos of a member. Hanging up on some towers, and I believe it was him. So I'll see if I can bring that up here real quick. But appreciate that, AE0H.
KI4 win, or KI4 WIN is it's called.
That's right. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Appreciate that, KI4WIN. So I will pass that call sign and information along to the president or the people who were asking for that. So definitely appreciate that. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. All right. What else? This is K1DBC Net Control. Over on our front page there, you can see some recent for sale and wanted items there. We have a Kenwood for sale TS820S with a display and external speakers and VFO for a price of $250. Get in contact with Dwayne Thompson. Contact information online on this ad listing here. So pretty cool looking equipment there. If not sold by Hamfest, I think he said he would have it there. For sale is a Yaesu FTDX 101D. A little bit of a hefty price, but definitely an awesome device there. So Jim Bailey here. So it was Jim N0EYZ. He said he'll bring that to the Hamfest here. Somebody's wanting an ICOM 9700. So W0TX.org/trade for our trading post for recent for sale wanted items. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Last bit of club business here. August 28th, upcoming Hamfest. Love to see you all out there. Whether you want to buy things, sell things, or just window shop. A lot of cool stuff will be there. Current stats, we have 51 tickets sold and 54 tables sold out of 118 total. So if you want to buy your ticket online, $6. And if you want to sell things as a vendor, you can also purchase a table online. So check that out. It's a good opportunity for our club. It's kind of the only event that we charge anything for. So events like this help out run our repeaters and all of the different equipment and everything that we have. So W0TX.org/hamfest. As we spoke about, a lot of volunteer opportunities there. VE testing, general work, some security, prize tables, general public admission, vendor check-in, meal service. So check that out. August 28th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Adams County Fairgrounds. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. This will be the final call. Any last-minute comments, questions, check-ins, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. As always, Elmer at W0TX.org. You can contact me directly, K1DBC at W0TX.org. Our YouTube.com/Denver Radio Club. Twitter, Facebook, all sorts of social media. Get in contact with us. Emails, over the air, however you want to. Please get in contact us. One thing I haven't really I've very briefly mentioned, but net control operators. We are looking for them. So if you want to operate as a net control operator for this evening's net, w0tx.org/volunteer. You'll see an option for net control. Just sign up for any given Wednesday night if you would like to. It's all driven by a script, and you read check-ins and then just help to moderate the conversation. So we'd love to hear more net control operators in there. So w0tx.org/volunteer. We'd love to have more net control operators in there. Tonight we had a total of 18 check-ins. Really appreciate everyone checking in. Elmers, general members, new members. We love hearing everyone out there. So again, next week is our meeting. w0tx.org for more information on that. Introduction to 3D Printing presented by Josh Thomas. N5XRX takes place 7 p.m. w0tx.org/meet for the Google Meet link. It's also broadcast live on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. is an Elmer session, very similar to this evening's Learning Net. So check that out. It's all online. You do not have to be a ham radio operator. Appreciate the club allowing us to use their repeaters. And with that, appreciate everyone being here. So yeah, next week, our meeting. So with that, all stations, please stand by while the repeaters are placed into normal mode.
PL on.
All right, this is K1DBC. Again, no matter where you're calling in there from, definitely appreciate all the comments and questions. Keep those rolling in. Our emails over the air. So with that, this is K1DBC Net Control, 7 through to all, and I am clear.
K6HJV, K6HJV, AA0.
That's the thing that shocks most people. You know, they think of a video game as a few people in their garage, and you say, no, this is 50, 60 people for 3.5 years. Like, what? A lot of people, I think that video games are, purely kids, so it's like a toy. So, why would you put that much effort into something that's a toy? I was the kid. I was writing games when I was, 12, whatever, and the other kids in the block would say, I'm going to play quarterback for the Cowboys, and I'd be like, I'm going to make video games, and everyone's going to play them. Like, you dork. Go back to the chess club. Who's laughing now? Yes, I was in the chess club.
All right, thanks again, everyone. And we'll see you all next time.
NBC Television.